अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वेलकम टू डिस्कवर पाकिस्तान टीवी। आई एम योर होस्ट रामीन महमूद। नाजरीन, आज मेरे साथ एक ऐसी शख्सियत मौजूद हैं जिन्होंने जो यूएसए से हैं लेकिन उन्होंने पाकिस्तान की आर्ट हिस्ट्री पे बड़ा फोकस किया। जी हाँ, मैं बात कर रही हूँ डॉक्टर मार्सेला सिरहंदी की, जो कि एक आर्ट हिस्टोरियन है, स्कॉलर है, एजुकेटर है और उनकी जो स्पेशलाइजेशन है वो साउथ एशियन आर्ट के ऊपर है। और पाकिस्तानी जितने भी आर्टिस्ट हैं जिसमें AR चुगताई और दीगर, उनके ऊपर उन्होंने ना सिर्फ रिसर्च की बल्कि उनकी पर्सनालिटी को स्टडी किया और उसके साथ साथ पाकिस्तान के डिफरेंट एरियाज़ को एक्सप्लोर भी किया। पाकिस्तानी पेंटिंग एंड पाकिस्तानी आर्ट हिस्ट्री में शी इज़ वन ऑफ दोज पीपल जो कि शुरू के लोगों में से थे जिन्होंने इस पर फोकस किया और फिर पहली किताब भी मॉडर्न एंड कंटेम्प्रेरी आर्ट के ऊपर लिखी। तो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर टाइम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वेलकम टू डिस्कवर पाकिस्तान टीवी। हाउ आर यू डूइंग?
Very well, thank you.
You are looking so pretty, mashallah. Tell me that what was the moment when you realized that art history is for you?
Oh my gosh, when did I realize that art history was for me? Well, I started off as an artist and I tried to make my way as an artist, and I realized that I wasn't really that good. And they say that those that can't do it, teach it and learn it. So I decided that since I loved art so much, I would become an art historian and I would write about artists.
At that time, who was your favorite artist and art historian?
Well, those were the days before I came to Pakistan, because Pakistan really changed my whole outlook on who I appreciate as artists. Of course, I loved Picasso and I loved Rembrandt. And I loved all the European and the American artists as well. Rauschenberg was one of my favorite. But then I came to Pakistan and I found Abdurrahman Chugtai, and then everything changed.
How Abdurrahman Chugtai changed your perspective? Like, what was the moment then you realized that there is something different in Pakistan and in Pakistani artists?
First of all, I saw some of his paintings hanging in a bookshop in Rawalpindi. I was spending actually 9 months in Rawalpindi in 1972. And I saw books of Chughtai's work, but I also saw some of the paintings hanging there. And first of all, I was attracted to the beauty. I mean, I studied art. I graduated with a degree in studio art, in painting myself. So I did a lot of painting. So I understood how really difficult that technique is that he perfected, that I hadn't seen even in America, the quality of painting that Chugtai was able to, his skill was so fantastic. So first of all, I was drawn to the beauty of the painting and the skill of the artist. Now, I didn't know anything about it. And then I opened up the books and I realized there's a whole lot more to that than just the beauty, the skill. There's a story there. What is going on? I want to know. So I read more and more and I thought, something about Sufism? He's painting something about what are Sufis? So then I started reading about Sufis to understand a little bit more. And then I saw his paintings of the culture of Pakistan. And I said, I have to know about this because I want to understand these wonderful paintings. So that's it.
That's it. So basically, I guess the most important part of your conversation was the culture of Pakistan that attracts you at that time, that attracted you basically. So what is your favorite part of the culture of the Pakistan? You visited Rawalpindi for the first time, right? And then which parts of Pakistan you have visited and how you look, like how do you feel about the culture of Pakistan? How much you love it? How much you admire it?
That's such a wonderful question. I really appreciate your asking me that. When I was in Rawalpindi in 1972, I came there knowing absolutely nothing about Pakistan. I met the director of UNICEF, and he sent me to Swat to research a kind of underground weaving that was going on there. But on the way to Swat, we stopped at a lot of different places along the way. And in fact, His driver was from the area, all the northern areas. So we went to these villages of his relatives, and I slept on a charpoy. And I thought, wow, this is really something outside. I'm sleeping on a tarpaulin. We cooked outside, chapatis and dal. All of this was totally new for me. So that part of the culture, living in the villages, and another part of the culture that I remember very clearly was one night I was on the charpoy, and of course I'm still in my clothes, because it's a very conservative country. He woke me up and he said, "Follow me." We went out like into the woods, just a little ways from the village. It was really in the part of the village. And he said, "Now be quiet and don't move." There was a girl dancing with bells on her ankles. And it was like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And there were 4 or 5 gentlemen sitting around, clapping and listening and watching her dance. And I was so intrigued. It was so beautiful. And we sat just 10, 15 minutes. He said, "You go back." Took me back to my tarpoy. But that was such an interesting experience, something you would never see in America. So I was intrigued by what we would call, people like to avoid the word of exotic. To me, everything in Pakistan was so different from America, but it was so beautiful and it was so original and so unique. So
you tried any Pakistani food? Of course, now you often comes to Pakistan, and you're married to a Pakistan person as well. So which food you like the most?
Oh, I could eat dal chawal every day.
Dal chawal.
I love it.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically, you also have research in Swat and in other parts of the country, Lahore, Karachi. And so tell me that what was the reason of doing research here? And you were part of the NCA as well. You worked there, you were there. Tell me about the experience of NCA, National College of Arts.
Oh, let me go back a little bit and explain why the NCA is so important to me. Yes, after my experience in Rawalpindi, I went back to America. I was so inspired by everything I saw in the Islamabad, Rawalpindi area, and in my experience in Swat. I went to Takhtabai when I was taken up to Swat. So I got introduced to Buddhist culture. You can't avoid learning a little bit about Hindu, because we saw some Hindu temples that were in ruins, but interesting. So I went back to America and I did a doctorate in South Asian art history. But of course, my doctoral thesis was Chugtai. And then while I was doing the Chugtai research, I was living with Abbasi Abadi, who was the principal of the NCA. So she took me every day. She put on her sari. She was such an interesting woman to me. She put on her sari, she got in her car, and we drove to the NCA. So the first people I met during that period of time were the faculty at NCA, and they were the ones that I interviewed about Chugtai's life, because most of them had known Chugtai personally. So my first introduction to the NCA was that was 1979, when I came back after I had done my doctorate. And that was my central. I would go there, I would introduce the faculty. They were so welcoming and so helpful. And then they said, no one from outside is writing about us. There's been a lot written about Chugtai. Why don't you all write about Sayyid Akhtar and all the Salima Hashmi, the different artists at the NCA, saying that should be your next book. So indeed, I went back to America. I got a fellowship, Fulbright fellowship. I came back, and that's when I wrote the book, first book, contemporary painting in Pakistan.
Yeah.
That was published in 1992.
So how you managed it all? What was one thing in you that kept you like doing amazing things?
You just get motivated. It's, I think, learning. It's just learning. Everything you do, you learn something new. And then that sparks something else you want to find out. So that keeps you going from A to B to C. It's just learning, growing. That's simple because there's never really any money in it. Especially, I had a full-time teaching position at the university in America, and it's enough to support you, to pay your rent, to pay your food. But what keeps you going is that you want to learn more. You want to interact. You want to expand your horizons. America is kind of boring because I was born there. I lived there. I know
That
everything
was
about
very
it.
usual for you because
Yeah.
America was very usual for you, but when you came to Pakistan, that was very different for you. The people, the culture, the traditions, and all those things. Tell me that which is the most favorite memory of you when you used to come to Pakistan, specifically in Lahore.
Memories of meeting Khalid Sirhandi and all of his friends, and having Bashir Ahmed take us through the old city because he knew the old city so well. Those are some of my favorite memories of Lahore. And visiting Jahangir's tomb.
So you actually love the walled city of Lahore, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh.
I can hardly wait to go back now.
Nice. So you have been to Karachi as well, right?
Oh yes, I've been to Karachi.
So how was the experience of Karachi?
Karachi is overwhelming. It's so huge. And I don't know it as well as I know Lahore because every time I come to Lahore, I stay with family or I stay with friends. So it's warm, it's welcoming. And when I first came to Lahore, it was smaller than it is now. It was easy. In fact, I even drove. I had a car and I drove
nice.
myself around Lahore. The first time I was here, I drove my car to Ferozens from Myanmar, where Khalid's family had a home. In Karachi, it's huge, it's overwhelming. It never seemed quite as Mughali. I love the Mughali aspect about Lahore. I missed that in Karachi, but Karachi's a good, wonderful city too.
You are such an iron lady that you did a lot of work at the same time. So what is life for you? What do you think that after doing so much, personal life, professional life, what do you think about life? What's your perspective on life?
Just keep on doing it. I mean, I feel good that I've done all those things. And if they're recognized, that's wonderful. And if they're not recognized, I know that I did that I accomplished that. But there's so much more to do. I mean, right now I'm interviewing Rahat Masood. We're going to do a book. Khalid and I are going to do a book to follow up the first book. The book that I just finished on Bashir Ahmed on miniature painting is being reproduced at Topical. I mean, it's just, that's the way. You just keep going. You say, okay, I did those things, and now keep on.
That's a very good message that you have done. Just keep doing no matter what is happening around you. So I think and I believe, because being a professional lady in my field as well, I believe that there were be so many critics who used to criticize people and want to. So what do you think the young people are watching us? What do you want to suggest that how to react to a criticism?
Oh, no. Just blow it off your shoulder. It doesn't mean I've been criticized this way and that way. And it doesn't matter because you just keep up. You know yourself, what you're doing and where you're going. And what I've noticed, especially with the painting of the younger artists, so I've been coming here for 30, 40 years, more than that. And I've seen a young artist whose work I thought, and now I'm looking at their work and it's fantastic. So you just don't pay attention. Whatever, nobody knows anything better than yourself.
So yeah, Acha, so what do you think? Lastly, I would like to ask you, how much is there space in contemporary art, modern art, what we say, in Pakistan? How much space we have? How much space we have for the improvement? How we can improve that? And what do you think that what needed to be done to improve it or to highlight it?
Well, you know, I don't think there's a whole lot because there's so many galleries now for places for artists to show their work. Now there are so many art historians and that are capable. When I first came, that was not the case. There were no art historians. The critics, as you said, were just critics. All they said was, this could be better, this way, that way. It's not that way anymore. I think that there's nothing that needs to be done. It's all there. The galleries are there. The art historians are there. The artists, the collectors are there. When I came, nobody was collecting art. The only kind of art they were collecting was Gandhara pieces.
Okay.
And a few people were collecting Chuktai. But even when I came, I think Chuktai was the only art and Ulabaksh, and maybe a few Shakir Ali. But it's changed so much. It's there. All you have to do is just keep painting and making sculpture and prove your style and your technique.
One question that I have in my mind, and I can't stop myself asking about it, which festivals of Pakistan you love the most and how you celebrate them?
Oh, I was invited for the first or second Karachi Biennale. I haven't been able to come back to any since then. It was fabulous. It was absolutely fabulous. I gave a talk and I walked around, and I think I've never seen anything like this in America. And I think it might even be better than some of the European biennales. It was so inventive, so creative, and the art was so diverse. It was really well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Marcella, for your time. You were amazing, and the way you were telling about your experiences. And I know that these are the only minimum of what she has done in South Asian art history. If we talk about it, if we talk about different diversity, she's not only a person, she's an institution. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. Now I would like to ask for I think we can end it up. Our time is done. We have talked so much about it. So I am just saying goodbye to all of you. Allah Nigehban.